I think it's going to be the next frontier of magic for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't say that in a good way. Although I think it'll have lots of uses. It has lots of uses. But clearly in my opinion, the number one present danger is the simulation of personhood.
Yeah.
I have very little concern about AI assisting us in discovering protein folding that will, cure disease or, bring it on with all the usual safety guardrails and so forth that we use for all that kind of research. But to take a lonely world and tell them you'll always have a friend and it's tantamount to a person, I think is to commit an act of really profound deception. And I think it's both why we didn't start talking about AI until we had the chatbot persona, which is ultimately just a way of setting up a large language model to interact with a prompt. It could have been set up in many other ways, but it was set up as a quasi-person. And that's when it got all of our attention, even though those LLMs were accessible in other ways before ChatGPT came along. And I think it's going to do huge amounts of damage, honestly, to people who need love. From other people who need to learn to love. It doesn't just do damage to the person, to the elder. This is a commonly mooted scenario. There are elders who are very lonely, and what if they could have an AI companion to meet the loneliness? It's very dehumanizing to that person to say you're only worth an AI, but it also robs someone else who, if I can put it this way, in God's economy, the economy of the Creator, there is another person who has a responsibility to love that person. And you are robbing that other, not just the beloved, the would-be beloved, but the would-be lover from their role. And instead you're saying, we can just disintermediate this and do it with AI. I think that's the deepest risk, is the simulation of person.
Yeah.